Well, morning again, fellow zombies. Are we alive yet? Are we awake yet? Because I sure as hell ain't. 1:34 in the morning West Coast time. Actually, 1:35 West Coast time. March 1st, 2025. It's Saturday, and my dog is driving me crazy this morning. What else is new? Zelensky. Ooh, if I can get a message to the President Zelensky at this point. I don't know what I would say in a way that a sovereign citizen of one country can apologize to a leader who's been fighting the good fight. To say I'm embarrassed, to say that I apologize for the rude behavior of my country towards himself, his cabinet, his people, and his cause. We did this to the world, but we never accepted responsibility, accountability, or transparency. So to the world, to President Zelensky, I offer my deepest apologies. A leader who's fighting the good fight should never have been disrespected in such a disgraceful manner. But unfortunately, our country, November 2024, had decided to disrespect the entire world, except for the autocratic rulers out there, who we have a leader who wants to be one of them. And we were dumb enough to drink the Kool-Aid. Everybody pays the price for their own stupidity. Make America Great was the most egotistical, sadistical thing we unleashed on the world. But the thing is, it's already been there for a hell of a long while. It was only a matter of time before our own arrogance caught up with us. We wanted to show people how great America was. Well, we tried to do that during the recession. Actually, the Great Depression, right after World War I. To prove to the world that we were better in it, and yet we collapsed upon ourselves. Joined in a global depression that happened to a lot of countries, in the entire world, in fact. Our own foolish arrogance. A Gilded Age somebody had called between 1890 through nearly the 1920s. Even during a time while we actually had a global war testing us a great deal. Actually, not 20s, but 1917 or 1918. But they kept calling it was the Golden Age. Golden Age in the United States because we harbored that much wealth on paper. We harbored that. We held onto that. We prided ourselves, chided everybody else. But everybody else who made that possible were treated like crap. They were treated like crap. For those who had assumed the wealth, they thought they were the king of the world. See, in one particular lunacy story, all the guy could think was the gold and silver glint. He didn't realize what work it was. The lying, cheating, stealing, thieving, pilfering, pillaging, and plundering to get to that level, and how many people had to be hurt. I deal with the tyranny of a dog. Outside the walls, we deal with the tyranny of the world. An owner of a company, actually an owner of property that is not maintained, doesn't have the funding for it, doesn't care to have the funding for it. It's just nothing to them. Human lives don't matter. Maybe we have brought ourselves into the Gilded Age. Democracy at war, trying to fight for its survival, one way or another. And yet those who would, so-called champions, the gutter mouths that we have in Congress, would claim that we are top of the game, we are the greatest. Everybody should bow down to us because of our own damn arrogance and foolishness and ego. To where we had to insult world leaders, revolutionaries who are trying to fight the good fight, patriotic to their own country and to their own cause, and yet are considered terrorists to everybody else, and treated and talked down to because of arrogance, pride, ego. Maybe we should be that foolish in front of people because it'll humiliate us. But we don't want humility. Everybody else should be humiliated before us because we think we are better. I've seen a world leader go toe-to-toe with ours, trying to be gracious about it. And yet our own congressional people backstabbing them left and right. Don't believe in democracy. Maybe they do believe in autocracy. Maybe they do believe in being Putin's bitches. But I will offer my condolences, my sympathies to a patriot who did pick up the flag of freedom and liberty in the form of his own country's flag. The red, white, and blue no longer has good standing in the world. We did that to ourselves and into the world itself. Much like the empires of old that we keep forgetting and don't want to remember. Because they're too much of a mirror image of ourselves. Who the hell are we? Well, that's a good question. Who the hell are we supposed to be? Someone else's fictional ideology? Some kind of image we're supposed to be upholding? Whose image was that? Whose image were we supposed to be presenting to the world? A rich, bloated gas bag who insults everybody left and right? That thinks he's better than everybody else? I've got this, I got that, how about you? One of these here days, we're going to have somebody. We're going to have somebody pick a fight with us. If not with the individual leaders we have, with the country itself, probably. We're going to have somebody out there standing up and say, no, I'm not taking your bullshit. These guys don't know what a bloody nose is. But for those who are in the trenches all the time, a bloody nose is nothing. When one goes to another person's house, they try to find the best dress they can, but I'm sorry, it's not a 3 or 4 piece suit. They are guests coming in. but they are not the enemy. But because of our own damn arrogance and hubris, we treat everybody with disdain. If they're not dressed like us, thinking like us, trying to be us, then they're nobody. And that's the attitude. I wear sweatpants. I've been wearing them for several years now. I find it a hell of a lot more comfortable than damn Levi's. So I wear them. Wear them out, get more. And I wear t-shirts all the time now. Sometimes I gotta get them clean. I wear what I wear. I utilize what I have. It's not a reflection of pride. It's not a reflection of ego. It's a reflection of utility. Certain houses out there that people would go to do business of either worship or other businesses. I can understand office etiquette. I've been there before many times. But how is it that we have to have the human arrogance right now telling us that because somebody else didn't wear a suit, they have to be ridiculed? That's if this was in my house and somebody did that, I'd be tossing that idiot outside the door and trying to make the guest a little bit more welcome. But apparently our country just did that to Ukraine. We did that to a world leader. We did that to a patriot of his country fighting Putin. And yet we showed ourselves in our Congress, in our congressional meetings, in our stances outside, that we are no longer able to be the Americas. We are no longer able to be the great United States of America. We are a pain in the ass to everybody and should be treated as such. Well, congratulations, boys and girls. We just made America every other autocracy out there. We just showed them what kind of assholes we can be. We showed people the door. But the people who came in looking for help, that's who we showed the door to. Aren't we great again?